Okay, I came back over just to see about routing the wires for you. So I was just in the basement and I came back up. And this first one not going to be that difficult to do the outlets. If it were up to me, I'd put them in the baseboard just because the wall might crumble, but we'll put them wherever you want them. Now on the light switch, see, we don't have to get crazy on the light switches. You know, you can just do one where you think you need one. I mean, in this little breezeway here, you might need two right here. One for when you come in and one for when you go out, so you can illuminate this little breezeway right here. Anyway, and then but as an example, when you come in, you turn the light switch on. You don't have to have another one over here, what we call a three-way. But you could, if you wanted to, you could. And so on the light switches, we would have to cut an area, because some of these older houses had a timber facing at an angle. But this floor would be pretty easy. And at some point, we'd have to cut a passageway to bring the wires up to the next floor. And we might find them somewhere. I'm not sure. There's a chase somewhere. I know there was a chase for that wood stove. I think that must be over here somewhere. It's probably, probably behind this wall here. Let's see. This pipe here. We might be able to go follow up like these, like somebody did this one, up to this floor. But then, once we got up here, since we still don't have access above it. Let's see what we got up there. Now what we could do here is cut an access hole. We cut an access hole in that wall. That's probably an attic right there. And I don't know what's over here, but there might be some access behind here as well. Yeah. There's a little bit, not much, but there's a little bit. Anyway, there's places like that we could bring wires. And of course, you wouldn't need much up here. There's one circuit. Should be plenty. And this wire here, we'll leave it to the furnace. And so, if we needed to bring a wire, we'd run it right across that furnace right there. And of course, you could build something around that, maybe a seat or something with cushions. And not sure what that is, but the light switch looks like it's over here for this room. And that one doesn't look extremely old. That might be something we could leave. And if you wanted to, you could build a balcony around this thing, or some kind of so people don't fall down. Maybe a little gate on the end over here or something, or just something to keep it safe. And you got your switches here. So some areas, we'd have to cut drywall or whatever the wall is. And then this is another area we might be able to use as a chase. So we'd find little holes like that going around from point A to point B and bring our new wires up. And put an outlet beside here somewhere. And, well, you got one on the other side, but you know, once again, the wire is no good from what we've seen so far. So I'll be talking about replacing all the wiring. The only time I wouldn't replace it is if it looked new and was sized correctly and had correct size ground wire in it. And in some of these cases, taking the baseboard off might be a good way to get our wires. Say if you wanted an outlet, another outlet over here somewhere in that corner, just take that baseboard off. And same thing in this little office. If we needed to, we just take the baseboard off. And if we could try to access it from above, we would do that and try to fish a wire down the wall, but I don't know if that's going to be good. You know, to price something like this, you want to have a game plan of exactly what you're going to do. And it seems like it always varies a little bit once you get started. All right. So something like this, and of course you'd want a light switch here or over here to go down the stairs. And we'd have to get that light. This right here is a code violation. You can't have it on the platform. It's right in the, it says that right in the code book. It actually has a picture of it in the handbook. The switch has to be, supposed to be right there for obvious reasons. But that may have been remodeled or something. I don't know why they put it up high like that. And yeah, I went down there and looked at it. I think this floor won't be that hard to get the outlets to. And of course, you know, the lights will be different. We may have to cut to get to this fan, for example. We'd have to probably cut a hole there and maybe one in the ceiling to get over to it. And same thing in every room with lights. This one looks like it's cracking a little bit right there already. And there's a nice little one there too. That's an old light right there. All right, well that's it.